In this section, we will discuss managing software updates with yum. The yum command can be used to search, list, install, and remove packages. The yum command with help will list options at the bottom, and if I scroll up, all of the available commands. We will look at a few of these commands in this section. Yum list by itself will list all the packages that are installed, followed by all of the packages that are seen as being available through repositories, such as if your system is subscribed to Red Hat Subscription Manager. Yum list and some file patterns, such as vim*, would show me a select set of packages. Here I ask for packages that start with vim. I get first any installed packages, and then I get any available packages. I can get information about these packages with a yum info command. So yum info and the name of one of these commands, such as vim-x11, will give me information about this package. This includes its name, version, release, architecture. I also find out what size it is, what repository is providing it, perhaps a URL, often of the upstream project, a short one-line summary, and a longer description field. If I'm not sure of the name of a package, I can use a yum search command. If I do yum search for vim, the default of yum search is to search package names as well as the short summary field. There's also a note that says I can use search all to search for everything. This will make sure that it also searches through the longer description field within the information for each of the packages, and I may get additional matches. In this particular case, one additional match for some plugin, which I could then later look at more information for as well. Doing another example of yum search, I could search for perhaps a browser. Browser here is matching a couple of names, in a lot of cases the short summary. I find common browsers like the Firefox browser. I also find something like a text file browser such as Less. To get more information on these, I would look at info, yum info, on each of these packages that are of interest to me in order to determine if this is the package that I'm looking for. Packages can also be grouped together. Yum group list lists all of the package groups. This includes installed and availables. If I want to get information on a group, I can use yum group info. Because of the spaces in the name, I may need to put this into quotes, and I can get information on a package group. They will have default packages that will be installed if I was to do a yum group install of this group, and there are other additional packages that I could also request with yum install. If I do a yum group install of this group, it works very similar to what we will see with a yum install, where a dependency check is done first. So in this case, with a group install, there were a set of default packages to be installed. Any dependencies for those packages are also discovered, and it says installing for the group the 4 default packages, and then installing for dependencies 2 additional packages. I get a transaction summary of how many packages and how many dependencies, some information about the size, and asked if I would like to continue. I'm going to cancel out of here and move on to some regular yum installs. Let's go back to a yum list first. Yum list vim*, remember, had several installed packages and also one available package. Yum install and the name of that package is all that I need in order to install that. It will automatically get the latest version that's available in any of the repositories. It checked for dependencies, gives me a summary, and asks if I want to continue. At this point, it will actually download the package, in this case a single package, and move on to installing. I'm installing from a repository that has GPG checking enabled. The repository configuration also has information on where that key is, so Yum has prompted me to install the key to check the signature of this package. If I trust the information that's provided, I can go ahead and import any of the keys that I'm prompted for. I could have also chosen to import these keys in advance in order to also ensure that I am getting a valid and trusted key. Once the installation has completed, I get a message that it is complete. It told me what was installed, and it had done some verification after installation as well. This was a single package with no dependencies. If I do a Yum install of another package that has dependencies, I will again see it checking for dependencies, a summary that it is installing one package, and what those dependencies are. In this case, I've chosen elinks, and the dependency is an NSS compat OSSL package. Removing packages is similar. Yum remove. If I say just elinks, remember this was a package that had a dependency, it's only removing one package. If on the other hand I ask it to remove what the dependency name was, it will check for dependencies, it will remove what I requested, and because elinks cannot run without this NSS package, it will also remove for dependencies the elinks package. There's one other way in which to remove several packages that may have been installed together, and that is to look at the Yum history. This is a transaction history for Yum, and I can see that there was an installation action that altered two packages. I can look at the date and time. I could compare this information to information in the var log yum.log file. But if I was confident that this was the installation of multiple packages that I want to remove, I can say Yum history undo and give the history number, which is in the first column, in this case is 7, and it will undo that transaction, making sure to remove the package that I had installed and the dependencies that it brought in at the same time. And this would ensure that both of the packages were erased. This is also useful if you had done a group install and there was a very large number of packages installed and you decided you wanted to undo that change. We've looked at listing packages, searching for packages, and getting information about packages, and we've done some basic install and remove. Yum is also used to do updates. So Yum list, I'm going to list a package that I know has an update, SOS. It shows the installed package and it shows the available package. In this case, they're the same name, but they are different versions or releases. In this case, actually the same version, 3.0, and a higher release that is available. If I was to say Yum update SOS, Yum would check to make sure that there was something that was available to be updated, resolve any dependencies, and ask if I want to continue. If I say Yum update on a package that is not installed, it will say that there are no packages marked for update. There is an elinks available, but it's not installed. So even if there is a newer version somewhere, I will not get it installed because there's not a previous version. I need Yum install to install new packages, and Yum update will only update packages that are already installed and their dependencies. This is useful because yum update by itself will then look for all available updates, and I don't need to specify each individual package. One other special case with updates, however, is the kernel. Most packages are designed so that only one version may be installed at a time. The kernel is specifically designed so that multiple versions may be installed. In fact, I already have 2 versions installed and one newer available version as well. Yum list kernel lists what's installed and what's available. The uname command with either a -r or, if I want more detail, a -a can tell me specifically what release of the kernel is currently running. This matches up with the newest of the kernels that I have listed as installed, is what is my current running kernel. If I do a yum update for kernel, allowing it to resolve dependencies and install that updated kernel, I can then list all of the kernels that are installed, which should be all 3 of them now. But if I look at uname -r, I still see the -84 release is the one that is currently running. In order to make use of the newest kernel, I will need to reboot the system. One of the scripts that is run with the kernel installation is to configure my system in order to boot to that new kernel by default. So again, yum can be used to list packages, search for packages, install packages or package groups, remove individual packages, update packages, including the kernel, and does maintain a transaction history that can also be viewed.